Hello, this is Dennis with A1 Telephone Service and Repair, A1 Electronics. You can reach us on the web at www.a1-telephone.com, and you can also reach us at 618-235-6959. Today I want to show you a really cool setup. This is Kenneth's telephone, and he's from California. And this is a Western Electric Bellbox. So he has a Western Electric Bellbox with a crank, and then he also has a Candlestick telephone here that looks to be an American or by the company American. And it's hard to tell though. I have some numbers on the Candlestick, but at this point, some of these Candlestick telephones you can't really tell exactly which company made them. But there's nothing that I see right off the bat that indicates exactly who made the Candlestick. But it doesn't really matter because all Candlestick telephones are cool. So, and he's got a really nice bell box here and crank. And kind of going to give you a look at the inside of this. And so basically, he's got his original bell here in it and his crank. And everything looks to be there, all your connection block. And so what we're going to do is Kenneth has got a neat situation he's going to put this unit into, and basically it's going to be a really cool setup once he gets it done. And so what we're going to do for him is he has asked that we make this telephone a conversion where he can use this telephone every day and have the quality that he's going to need to talk on it every day. And we're also going to be installing a very small keypad, a touch-tone keypad, so that he can use this telephone and dial out when he opens up the bell box. So it's going to be a really cool situation when we finish it up, because he'll be able to have the quality on the receive and transmit, and also be able to dial out. So this is kind of the initial checkout of this telephone, and I want to move the receiver capsule. His bells do ring. Now, it's going to take a little work because what we have here is his bells are loose, so they need to be looked at and worked on and tightened up. They're moving around a lot. But this is in very good condition, this crank and bell box. And so we'll get that all straightened out. Now we'll also install a modular line port on the inside of the bell box so that he can simply bring a line cord into the bell box and plug everything in. We also have to add a switch coming off of the magneto so that when someone cranks the magneto, that it does not backfeed voltage into the telephone line. So, you know, we'll get that all straightened out, and we're well on our way into the conversion after this initial checkout. And I have the bottom of the Candlestick off. I want to show you what is in the bottom. We have an induction coil in there also, just like we have one in the bell box. And then we have our connection block. So this kind of gives you a look of the inside of the bottom of this telephone. Very cool nickel-plated Candlestick telephone, probably by the company American, but if I get into the transmitter and find a name on it or something, we'll certainly let you know. But at this point, it looks like it might be an American, but you just never really know. And the receiver looks like it's in good shape. So this is the initial checkout of this telephone, and we're going to be starting on the conversion here. Just a very cool telephone. We'll put some more on this video. So we're going to take a short break, and we're going to kind of be working on this telephone and working towards the conversion and the repair of this telephone. Okay, we're back now, and I just kind of wanted to show you a little bit of what's going on. We're in the middle of the conversion right now, and it gets a little technical with the way we have to loop everything around, because in this situation we have a keypad that is installed in the Bellbox, and then we also have a network board that will be inside the base of the Candlestick. And then what we're going to do is, since they have a plug here, we're going to be taking the line cord that goes to the Candlestick and going right into the Bellbox here. And then we also have a modular port installed that will come through, the modular cord will come through the back of the Bellbox. There's a hole in the back of it, and that's where that will be installed. You'll bring your line cord in and then simply plug into that. So what we're working on now is we have our newer style receiver capsule installed, our newer style microphone, and I'm going to go ahead and plug in, give you some dial tone here. And then we'll go ahead and dial some numbers here. I'm going to end in a 2, and then I'll go ahead and hang up. Give you some dial tone. So we're just kind of in the middle of the process of what it takes to do a conversion on one of these Candlestick and Bellboxes when you want a newer style microphone, receiver, network, and keypad. And so what we're going to do is take a short break from the video. We're going to be finishing off the bell circuit, and we also have a switch on our magneto now, and that enables us, when we turn the crank, to take dial tone away so we don't backfeed any dial tone into, or any voltage into, the telephone line. Take a short break and we'll be right back. Okay, we're back now, and we're kind of finished up with everything. We have put everything together and wired everything, and so now we're going to do some final checks. We even had to put another rivet in where your receiver hangs up, because this was all loose. And so I guess you could go either way, whatever was safest, or however you felt was safest on how you'd want to hang up the receiver. But that's stabilized now, and basically what was going on was the rivet had worked its way loose, and it was no longer holding the two pieces of metal that split right here, and that's the way it's made. It was no longer actually really doing its job and kind of holding the receiver properly, and it wanted to fall through. Plus it looked like somebody had bent on it at one time, so now all that has been straightened out. So now we're going to do some final checks and go ahead and show you the Bellbox here and kind of how it looks on the inside. And so we've gotten that all straightened out. Try to get a little light on that situation there. And now that's with our keypad. Now all Kenneth has to do now is take his line cord and bring it in through the hole, and we have a modular port installed. And I'll try to give you a look at that. Give you a little light. We have a modular port installed, and all you have to do is simply just plug the line cord in and snap it into place. And so now we can just go ahead and close our Bellbox up. But what I'm going to do now is I'm going to go ahead And I'm going to ring the bell box here. And then also, when we're doing our checks, I'll go ahead and ring it. So let's go ahead and do that right now with the analyzer. Let's go ahead and ring it. I'll let that go a couple times. Give you some dial tone. And then we also have our keypad here. So now Kenneth can just go ahead and dial his phone numbers that he needs to. He wanted to be able to access a touch tone situation with his telephone. And also we have a switch. Give you some dial tone. And if you move the crank a little bit like you were going to ring the bells, you can hear it unseize the analyzer there. And the reason why I install a switch on the magneto is so that you don't backfeed any voltage into the telephone line. I don't think it would hurt anything. It just isn't a good idea to do that. So that stops it from backfeeding any voltage. We have his induction coil back into place. We had that out because we were working on everything, and we reinstalled that. So now let's go ahead and we'll go ahead and dial some numbers here. If you watch the analyzer here, you'll watch the numbers go by. I'm going to end in a 2. I'm going to hang up. We'll do that again. There you go. And I'm going to end in a 2. So now what we can do is we can move the telephone over into a regular telephone line, and before that I'll show you the transmit when we speak into the spit cup. So we'll go ahead and do that. I'll take dial tone away. And if you watch this red light here on the analyzer, that's an indication of 100% modulation every time I transmit. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Hello, hello. So we know that the telephone has transmit and receive now, and we have our line cord. There was a plug that we showed in the earlier part of the video. There was a plug that went in the bottom of this bell box, and basically we pulled that plug out and went ahead and fed our line cord to the candlestick into that. We also heat shrinked some material on the cloth cord so that it won't wear out around the fittings. We also did that on the receiver and then going into the back of the candlestick. So all that was taken care of. Now we can go ahead and plug the telephone over into a regular line. Give you some dial tone. And we'll go ahead and dial our time and temp.
Thursday, March 8th. The time is 12:10. Current temperature 71 degrees. Now the Belleville area weather forecast.
Very windy today. Partly sunny skies and becoming mostly cloudy. Highs in the 70s. Breezy tonight. Cloudy skies. A chance of showers and thunderstorms. Lows in the 50s. Cooler on Thursday. Showers and thunderstorms likely. Highs in the upper 50s with temperatures steady or slowly falling in the afternoon.
Okay. Now I can also call my number. And it'll be busy. I want to straighten this cord out a little. And we'll call one other number. But we're not going to talk to them.
Thank you for calling Walmart.
Okay. So we know the telephone is repaired and in working condition now. And basically this telephone has the quality transmit and receive that you would need to be able to talk on this telephone every day. And that's exactly what Kenneth wants. And he's kind of got a little neat setup where he has some antique stuff and he's got an old school desk. And he's going to set this unit on it. And it's just going to be a very cool situation. And if he'd like to take some pictures and send that in to us after he finishes it up, basically, you know, we'd like to see what it looks like, because it's just a really cool Bellbox and Candlestick telephone, and it's just a really cool item. We'll go ahead and ring the telephone again off the analyzer. Let that go one more time. And if for some reason, I like to try to give these plenty of volume, but if it were ever to be a situation where it was too much volume, you can always pull the cap, make dial tone go away. You can always pull the cap off and put some material inside here to soften the receive. You know, I like to try to give them as much as I can, but you can always regulate that by putting a piece of material in the cap between the receiver capsule and you know, the cap, and so that will soften the volume a little bit. But it should be plenty loud now for any kind of you know, in any kind of a conversation, and he should be just fine with it now. This is Dennis with A1 Telephone Service and Repair, A1 Electronics. You can reach us on the web at www.a1-telephone.com, and you can also reach us at 618-235-6959. This is Kenneth's Equipment, a Western Electric Bellbox and crank, and it looks to be an American Candlestick telephone, although we didn't find anything on the telephone to definitely give that indication, but it kind of looks like one, so we'll just go with that. And this is Kenneth's Equipment from California, and he's got a really cool setup. Thank you for watching, and have a great day.